Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. It's been a while. We're sorry that we're a little bit late on this set unboxings because, between the holidays and work, we just didn't have any time to actually get through our products. So this will be the first of our March of the Machine expansion series. Just like before, we will be going through all of the sealed products that you can get your hands on for this expansion. We will be showing you what's inside and what's not inside. And also, if you've paid attention to our previous expansions unboxings, we will be doing a card version guide for this expansion. So look forward to that. Because as usual, even Wizards of the Coast doesn't know what's inside these boxes, and the only way to really find out is to open them. So we'll be posting a video guide just like usual, side by side. So make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and like this video if you like it. Just so that you can see our next video all together. And so, yeah. All right, so today Scotty and I have a pre-release box for unboxing. This was the pre-release box that we bought of our local store at Mox in the Hole here in Edinburgh. Shout out to Mox in the Hole. They are really cool people. And we will be unboxing it here in our studio because we didn't have any chance to properly do it like we did for XL will be one. I won't go too much into the idea of how I would create the deck here because realistically there's no point to it. But at least we get to see some cards and you get to see what's inside. And that's about it. So thank you very much, Scotty, for the intro. It's been a while. He missed these, and I definitely sure as much missed these as well because I am a nerd at heart and I love unboxings and I love new expansions and I love seeing the new type of products that you can see inside and all the cool versions of the cards that they came up with. And so let's get cracking. As usual, we have our Le Marchand a configuration box because, still for Exia and also it's for good luck. And so let's have a look. First things first at the box itself. It's made in Belgium. As always, though, the dice is manufactured in China, so you'll get mixed results on that. We had our Phyrexian V1 dice from the bundle. Missed some coloring here and there, so just keep that in mind if you're just buying it for the dice. Buy the dice by themselves. In the end, this contains, 6 draft boosters, foil, which is either a rare or a mythic, and then 1 new mythic rare, and 1 code card, and the spin down. That's what it says here. So, really beautiful, really striking. It reminds me a little bit of Kamigawa, the latest Kamigawa set, with the neon yellow. I mean, they've gone with red with Brothers War. Let's get cracking. Pull tab. Here it is. What does it say? The multiverse is in your hands. Yes, because the multiverse this time was in trouble yet again. And yet again, it survived by magic. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. I'm going to put this aside a little bit. I'm going to show you. Wow. That's really beautiful. You have the box opening up as such, and I think that's Elspeth at the back with Elshnorn. And let's see, we get another box inside that contains the cards and the dice and so on and so forth proper. You definitely get Elspeth inside. Let's see, is there a way to... Here, let me do something. Okay, so I damaged it a little bit. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, you get a very beautiful photo of Elspeth and Elshnorn. So I would advise you to use scissors. I didn't use scissors, so if you want to keep the photo, that's really beautiful. Actually, it's kind of manga art style, so that's really nice. And then here are the actual meat and potatoes of this unboxing. Beautiful art on the side. Again, everybody from the multiverse is getting together and having lots of fun this expansion. So looking forward to it. Not done anything. I've not done any drafts. I've not done any pre-release. I've not opened any thing at all so far. I think that's it. That's the whole box. There's nothing else in it. So this is the first glance at the set proper. As usual, you get the little leaflet, and that shows you how you could build a pre-release deck with the mana curve and what to look forward to. You have a little bit of art, which is always nice. That's much appreciated. Yeah, we got a, oh, that's a beautiful die. We got a black and red die. So that's nice. I'll keep this one. That's really beautiful. And then you get a separator. Cool. You get a pre-release promo cards pack. And this is the one inside the box proper. And then you get the actual packs, the 6 draft boosters. And that's it. That's really, really cool. Really flashy, metallic. Like the picture is really nice. It's, yeah, they went all out, as they say. As always, they use very beautiful arts for their products, and I really enjoy it. But this one is a different. It feels like it's paper, so it's a plastified paper, and it contains the cards that will be used. Hopefully, if you get lucky, because this is a problem. Pre-release, boxes and bundles, what you get out of them is basically just a chance to participate in the pre-release events. So because you don't really get to choose the pool of the cards, and you have no way of moving right or left like you do in drafts and adapting a strategy, you're just limited to what you get. And I find that it's kind of annoying, because you'll sit at draft tables and you'll have people that open up, I don't know, some insane cards, like 4 or 5 of them, and I'll just sit there with like my 2 rares and be like, yeah, great. So yeah, anyway, let's have a look at this. First is the promo code, and good luck to whoever gets it. Then you get the okay, so we got the foil Invasion of New Phyrexia. So this is the promotional card, and this is the battle card. So battles are a new thing. You get a battle that you assign to one of your opponents, and they are the defending player. You still are the owner of this card. So basically, you get to attack them. They have 6 defense, so it's kind of like Planeswalkers. You get to attack 6 defense here. If you get it to 0, it flips around, and then you get this, which is Teferi Akosa of Zalfir. Now here, let's look at the card, because properly I haven't seen this card before. It's a mythic, so that's nice. And it's a X generic and a white and a blue, and it's a battle siege. And of course, you can read the text, but I just explained it to you. It gets exiled, so it doesn't get flipped. It just like exiled, and then you put it back on the other side when the defense counters are down. And when Invasion of New Phyrexia enters the battlefield, you create X 2/2 white and blue knight creature tokens with vigilance. So that's really good. Again, you get to create these, right? It's not your opponent, but even though your opponent will have this card on their battlefield for you to destroy it, and it becomes a permanent. And then you get Planeswalker. So this is Teferi, the new one. It's really beautiful, really cool art, but it's so dark as well. Anyway, what does he do? It has 4 loyalty. And you draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard a creature card. Okay, for +1. -2, you get an emblem. With nice control, get +1/+0 and have ward 1. And -3, tap X creatures you control. When you do, shuffle target non-land permanent on opponent controls with mana value X or less into its owner's library. Wow. It's not a bad card at all. I mean, it's 6 defense, but you can create easily. You can go wide, so definitely this is a go wide card. And from what I can see, it's blue and white might be knights as an archetype. So yeah, That's really cool. And then we have Goro and Satori. So for these cards, you get one each. There are 3 of them, and it's a combination of 2 legendary creatures onto 1 card, kind of like what Pokemon had done. I don't know if you guys have checked, but Pokemon has similar things. And you can get these in the Planner Booster Fun frame and art. Basically, what they do is each plane out of all the, I don't remember how many is it, 16 planes, whatever. All the planes that get invaded have a specific frame and art that's reminiscent to the collectors of that plane. So Dominaria has the ones from Dominaria United, Throne of Eldraine ones are in the Eldraine plane, so on and so forth. So this one would be Kamigawa, and it would be with the yellow neon sign. And yeah, so that's a cool thing. It's a lower chance to get those ones than these, and it's an even lower chance to get them foil. So there you go. They've added extra collectibles into pre-release to get collectors to participate into pre-releases. So you have Goro and Satori, a legendary creature, goblin human. It's a 3/4/4/3, which is 1 blue, 1 black, 1 red. So that's Grixis. And whenever one or more creatures you control that enter the battlefield this turn deal combat damage to a player, create a 5/5 red dragon spirit creature token with flying, and then for 1 generic and 1 red, you get creatures you control gain haste until the end of the turn. That is broken. Yeah, that is very broken for limited, because you can give haste to everything, and it's a 3 cast. Yes, it's Grixis, but I reckon there's some ways to splash and to get the mana out. So yeah, this is a freaking broken creature. There you go. That would be a good one. A good run. Again, the colors of these, they don't really line up, because this is Azurius, but yeah, still pretty cool openings. That's 2 mythics right out of the bat. And then we get the draft boosters. So here we go. Start with the first one. Best of luck to us. I don't know what cards are good. I would reckon the Phyrexian Paraders, since there are 5 new ones, are good. So as usual, if you have not been part of our previous unboxings, what we do is we actually read through every card and give you our opinions, if they're good, they're bad, how they're going to be played. Again, this is an informed decision sometimes, but other times it's just a gut feeling. So we hope you enjoy this. And yeah, without further ado, here we go. So the first the first pack is Halo Charged Scab. It's a 4/4 creature that costs 4 generic and 1 blue. And when it enters the battlefield, each player mills 2 cards. Then you may put an instant source of your battle card from the graveyard on top of your library. Not bad. It's a 4/4 for 5. It does things. You need to see how good the mill strategies are. Maybe usually it's black and blue has mill, so maybe that's why. Okay, next up, Volcanic Spite. This is a 1 generic, 1 red. It deals 3 damage to target creature, planeswalker, or battle. You may put a card from your own hand on the bottom of the library. If you do, draw a card. This is very good. It's as a common slot. This is very good for many reasons. First off, it deals 3 damage, and you can do it to battle as well. And that's, there's not a lightning bolt, but still, it's pretty good. But on top of that, you basically get to cycle in a card into your deck that you don't want in your hand, let's say you're mana flooding, and then you draw a card. So it's not quite damaging because you're not discarding it, but that's really good. Yeah, I think this is going to be really good. Okay. Core Halberd. So this is an equipment, a white. It costs 1 white, and it's an artifact as well. And a quick creature gets +1/+1 and has vigilance, and you equip it for 1. It's a simple 1 gives +1/+1 vigilance. I don't know if there are any equipment decks, but I'd reckon that it's not a bad thing, but it's not the best. Where Thespian, it's a 3/1 for 1 generic, 1 green, and when it enters the battlefield or dies, you surveil 1. Okay, not bad. I mean, it can trade up, so it's not bad, but it can also be traded down. I guess if you need a two cost, it's not a bad card to have. Preen Champion. Now this is a 2/2 creature with 2 generic and 1 blue, so that's 3 costs. It has flying, and when Preen Champion enters the battlefield, it creates a 1/1 blue and red elemental creature token. Yeah, this is not bad because I know that in this set they brought back Convoke, which is an ability that we will definitely see in our unboxings. But you basically, if you have any creatures in the battlefield, you can tap those creatures to generate mana of their color or a generic mana, whatever comes first, and it helps you cast the Convoke spell, meaning that, for example, this creates a blue and red creature that you can tap as a blue and red mana source for Convoke spells. So we reckon that is it, which tends to like spells, so I don't know how this will go. Yeah, might be convoking quite a lot, so that's good. I like that. Okay, Kithkin Billy Rider. Oh, that's nice. Kithkins are back. This is Lorwyn. Yep, Lorwyn. So this is a 2 generic and 1 white. It's a 1/3 with double strike. Simple, easy, does it. And it's a knight. So knights, you know, again, you have knights interaction. So it's not bad. It's not great. But you can definitely buff it somehow. Then it could be more annoying. It can be very, very snowbally, right? Because it just becomes an avalanche if you give it a couple of +1/+1 counters somehow. Yeah, it becomes 2/5 with double strike, so that's really hard to beat. Next we have Zalfirin's Shapecraft, which is an instant blue with 1 generic, 1 blue. Target creature has base power and toughness 4. Target creature has base power and toughness 4/3 until the end of turn, and you draw a card. I mean, it's a combat trick for blue, and it's a cantrip. Why not? Sure. It's a good. I mean, it's not bad. Counting that you have tokens and other things, this is not a bad one. Okay, Aetherborn Vampire. Consuming Aetherborn. It's a 2/2, 3 generic, 1 black. It's a black creature with backup 1 and lifelink. Backup is a new ability introduced in this set. And what it says is that whenever this creature enters the battlefield, you can put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature. And if it's a creature other than this creature, then that creature gets the following ability until the end of turn. So you can move +1/+1 counters. So as I was saying, like for example, you can get in the Billy Rider +1/+1 counter and give it lifelink until the end of the turn if this was already in play when you play this. So it's not bad, and it's it's a counter, so it doesn't end at the end of the turn. And it's a lifelinker as well. Not bad. It's a bit expensive, I would reckon, for what it is. You can play it on itself, but I would reckon the backup abilities you want to have those cheaper ones onto others or give more onto others. I'd have to see how it plays overall. Rampaging Geoderm. It's a 3/3 creature, multicolored, 2 generic, 1 red, 1 green. It has trample, haste, and whenever you attack, target attacking creature gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. If it's attacking a battle, put a +1/+1 counter on it instead. Very good, actually. Because it has trample and haste, you can quickly go off, and it gives +1/+1 to itself, for example, or to another creature. And instead, if it's attacking a battle, as we said before, these ones, then it gets a counter instead. So yeah, that's not bad, actually. Not a bad uncommon. I mean, it's Gruul, so it's hurt you in the face really quickly as much as it can. That was our first uncommon. Lithomantic Beverage. So this is a 1 red sorcery. The spell cannot be countered. Okay, so there might be counters in the set. And it deals 1 damage to target creature or planeswalker. It deals 5 damage instead if that creature is white or blue. It's not bad. The problem is the sorcery speed, right? So it is a 1 red. It's good because if you're going against blue and white, which looks like it could be knights, it could be really annoying. Maybe it's a sideboard card, but other than that, I don't know if you want to play it. Because otherwise it deals 1 damage. So Tandem Takedown is a 3rd uncommon. It's a 1 generic and 2 green, so that's a heavy cast, especially in a multicolored where you might need to cast in 3 colors sometimes. And that's Tandem Takedown. It's an instant, up to 2 target creatures you control each get +1/+0 until the end of the turn. They each deal damage equal to their power to another target creature, planeswalker, or battle. So this is 2. So this is a combat trick. The usual combat tricks in green where they get, I'll give some +X to my creature, and then it deals combat damage to you or to a creature you control or to a permanent you control. That's not bad because it has 2 creatures. Yeah, it's not bad. I would say that if there are better combat tricks, maybe just get one of these. But yeah, it's not bad at all. It's just that the 2 green casting costs, and since it doesn't have Convoke, might be a little hefty in the set. You just have to see how it plays. Okay, first rare, and this is a flippable card, so you can transform this card. Her name is Rona, Herald of Invasion, and it's a 1 generic, 1 blue, legendary creature, human wizard. And whenever you cast legendary spell, untap Rona, Herald of Invasion. Okay. Tap to draw a card, then discard a card. That's really, really good. And 5 generic and 1 Phyrexian black, which can be either 1 black or 2 life points. You can transform this card and activate only as a sorcery. So the front is definitely good. Because, I don't know how many legendary spells there are in this set. I would reckon it's not Dominaria United, so I would say not that many. So you might not see a lot of this. Maybe once or twice if you're really lucky activation and during your gameplay. And tap to draw and then discard a card is really good, both in constructed and standard. So you're looting, which is really, really good. This could be good in standard, the first line, and then you flip it around and you have Rona, Tolarian Obliterator, which is a 5/5 with trample. So you flip it for 5 and 2 damage or 6, so it's not bad. And whenever a source deals damage to Rona, it's an Obliterator. It's a Tolarian Obliterator. That source as controller exiles a card from their hand at random. Wow. That's not bad at all. And if it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield under your control. Otherwise, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Oh, wow, this is good. Oh, this is good. I don't know how many things you can deal with this. Of course, you can always, if there's bounces, it's going to be annoying. You just spent 6 mana to have it bounce back and you have to play the front again and so on and so forth. But if this sticks, oh my gosh. And the image as well is creepy as hell. It reminds me of the Men in Black, the first one, the insect alien at the beginning. This is a very good card, I think. All right, so that's our first rare. And then you get the Invasion at this slot. That's okay, sure. And that makes sense, I guess. Invasion of Eldraine. Oh, that's nice. I love Eldraine. Anyway, so you have 3 generic and 1 black. It's a battle siege. It has 4 defense. And when Invasion of Eldraine enters the battlefield, target opponent discards 2 cards. Again, it's your opponents because you're still the controller of this. It's just that, the controller, the owner. The controller is the enemy, but that you assign this to. So the opponent that you assign this to. But yeah, that's not bad. Discarding 2 cards is not bad. And then it transforms. I mean, for 4, 2 cards can be annoying. Sorry, I'm just gonna do this. For 4, you have Prickle Fairies, of course. Prickle Fairies. And look at that. That art is beautiful. That is another thing that we do here. We spend a lot of time on looking at arts. Yeah, it's really, really cool. This looks like it's a Phyrexian, maybe? No, but that's really, really nice. Cristi Balanescu. Romanian, maybe? Awesome, representing. Okay, so this is a creature fairy. 2/2, flying. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if the player has 2 or fewer cards in hand, Prickle Fairs deals 2 damage to them. Ah, not bad. So if you... It looks like blue and black could be a mill strategy. So, and this card strategy, so this could be pretty good in that format if that's the case. Yeah, that's not bad. Again, when you flip this, it goes back into your field. So this becomes yours because you exile it from your opponent, right? So it goes to 0. You exile it from your opponent's battlefield, and then you put it back into play onto your battlefield. So this creature becomes yours. That's not bad at all. And then we get, there you go. Now this is Multiverse Legends. This is the March of the Machine Multiverse Legends. Basically, they've inserted a certain amount of cards in every booster. You can get them in every single booster, starting from draft boosters. And well, I mean, it's really, really cool because you have cards from previous sets, expansions, so on and so forth, with an updated look, with the graphics is updated, and the frame is updated, the image is updated. So this is going to be a card that was present in Kaldheim, at least in the Kaldheim plane. And this is Finn, the Fangbearer, which is a creature 1/3, 1 generic, 1 green, legendary creature, human warrior with Death Touch, and whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. So that's really, really good. Again, you can play these cards in limited, but not in constructed. Like, I mean, you can play them in constructed, but not in standard, I mean, right? So what this means is there's going to be synergies, and then there's going to be non-synergies. So for example, this card, I don't know how many Death Touchers there are in the set, but it's a really cool idea, and it's just exactly like the retro artifacts from Brothers War. So it's a set within a set. You can play it in limited, and you cannot play it in standard, but at every respective set. So for example, the format legality of standard. So if this is a Kaldheim card, which I don't know if it is, then it gets you can play it in whatever format. Kaldheim itself is legal. So that was a lot of words just to say that if it's legal in an original set, you can play it in that format. So that was a lot of words. Hopefully you follow through. Anyway, this is a beautiful, beautiful art. Beautiful, beautiful card. I love God Machine's work. This is their work. So very, very beautiful. Then Dismal Blackwater. Now these are the dual lands, you know, for the limited format. And Dismal Backwaters enters battlefield tapped, of course. And then when it enters the battlefield, you get a life, and you get to either a black or a blue. So this is not a bad land. And to be fair, had I played this at release, I think I'd have a pretty freaking strong deck. I still have to see about these two, which one I would go for. Maybe, because you can't really go for 5 colors. I don't know if the set allows for it, but it's doubtful. But, you know, Rona and, you know, the fairies, yeah, there's quite a lot of action here. Anyway, and then you have a token, Elemental, Goat. That's a ram, I think, or a goat. Either way, whatever it is, it's cool. All right. So, as we go through these, this was our first pack. It took us a while to get through. As we go through these, we will only look at the cards that we have not seen before, or we will comment in future unboxing. Ooh, Phyrexian, that's really cool. We will comment on future unboxing if we figured out that certain cards are better in certain things than what we thought it would be. So this is another really cool new feature, right? Incubation. So when you see the ability on a card that says Incubate X, what it says is you create an incubator token, this one, which is an artifact, and then you add X counters of +1/+1 on top of it. So if it's incubate 2, you create this, it has 2 +1/+1 counters, and then for 2 generic, you can transform it into a Phyrexian token artifact creature, which is pretty cool. And of course, there will definitely be some ways to flip these cards without paying the mana cost as well. But anyway, that's nice. Let's go. So far, I like the set. It's got this really cool, dark, and at the same time, I don't know, like Super Friends meets up. I have Atraxa Super Friends as a commander deck, so yeah, I'm a sucker for that. Anyway, so here's the first common, Aki Scrap Chomper. And this is a 1/1 for 1 red, and it is a creature, Phyrexian Goblin. So I love that you get a lot of completed Phyrexians, right? So I've seen already quite a few, didn't I? I don't remember, but yeah, I've seen a few like cards that have been transformed. So this is from Kamigawa. It's a Goblin has been transformed for Kamigawa. That's awesome. So the fluff is really strong in this. And so for 1 generic 1 red, you tap it, sacrifice an artifact or a land, and draw a card. I mean, it's a 1/1 for 1. Not bad. And it can allow you to, if you're flooding later in the game, to cycle through it. I would say, though, you know, being a 1/1, it's kind of like an early gamer. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it might be good. Might be not. But we'll see how it is. Anyway. Okay, then we have Infected Defector. See? Phyrexian Knight. Oh, that's really cool art as well. That's really, really cool. Okay. So, what does this do? It's a 4/3 creature, Phyrexian, and 4 generic and 1 white cast it. And when it dies, you incubate 3. That's cool. So again, you create a token and you put 3 +1/+1 counters on it, and then with 2 you can transform it into a creature, with the counters staying on that creature. Now note that if you copy a token, you do not copy the counters on it. So just keep that in mind. So it's not bad. I mean, it's a 4/3 for 5, yeah. And when it dies, it creates a 3/3. Kind of. So yeah. Phyrexian Knight. Nice, nice. All right, we have War Historian. Oh, that's a human monk. I like the art. It looks so happy. Oh, he looks at peace. That's nice. I love the art, the colors, everything. I know there's a big freaking Phyrexian tentacle right there for the hentai people, but I mean, yeah, the invasion is happening in the background, but he looks so happy and content. Anyway, he's a war historian. He's a 3/3 human monk with 2 generic and 1 green. Has reach. That's really good. Has indestructible as long as it attacked a battle this turn. I don't know how many battles you're going to be playing with. Definitely people are going to be playing with battles. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you attack a battle. As long as you attack a battle, it's good. If not, it's a 3/3 for 3 reach. Why not? It's a very good card for me. Furtive Analyst. It's a 1/4 for 3, so 2 generic, 1 blue. It's a human wizard. It has vigilance. And for 2 generic, tap, draw a card, discard a card. Not bad. Looting and vigilance, 1/4. I know that usually people don't like 1/4s and blah, 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 but they can be a showstopper in a very early game for certain decks. So be on the lookout, because this could be good, and it has vigilance as well. Not that it's not too bad, but seeing that you can give +1/+1 counters on cards now by backing them up, yeah, not bad at all. Let's see how it goes. Overgrown Pets. All right, so it enters the battlefield. It's a 2/2 creature, and it's 2 generic, 1 green. That's a pest, so I guess this is from Strixhaven, maybe? I'm trying to figure out what plane they're coming from. It's a cute creature, I'll tell you that. I mean, cute in a certain way, I guess. Has a face only a mother could love, really. Anyway, when Overgrown Press enters the battlefield, you look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a land or double-face card from among them and put that card onto your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of the library around the order. Not bad. I mean, it allows you to get more lands or, well, not just a siege or a battle, I mean, there are transforming cards, so could be really good, actually. Let's see how it goes. Ichor Drinker. Oh my god, the art on this is so cool. Oh my god. That is creepy. That's a Phyrexian vampire. I want to know who the one in the background is. That is so cool. Anyway, Ichor Drinker is a 1/1 creature for 1 black, so that's already really good. Has lifelink, very good in a set where you can give +1/+1 counters. You tap 1 black and exile it from your graveyard to incubate 2. Well, that's really good. Wow, that is a very good creature for such a low cost. Again, I would have definitely, probably, maybe, again, I'm only at the second booster, but gone black and blue. So I would have definitely gone Demir and splash something. And the splash would be defined by the next things. So far, it looks like, it seems like, because there are some definite good cards in these ones. Negate, of course. I mean, why not? With sieges happening, I wouldn't mind seeing a negate. So at least one, maybe, I would keep it, just in case. Tiller of Flesh. 2/4 creature white with 3 generic and 1 white. Whenever you cast a spell that targets 1 or more permanents, you incubate 2. Not bad. I guess you'd have to pair it with either Boros or what is it? I don't. Oh yeah, well, also the blue ones as well, and the white ones as well, because it gives counters on it. So yeah, wow, this is a pretty decent card. Yeah, it allows you to go wide, and it's a Phyrexian Knight, so it's pretty good, actually. That's a first uncommon. Shivan Branch Burner. Oh, this is cool. So this is what they're called then, the branches. I guess they're called Phyrexian branches. Yeah, the more you know. So this is a dragon, 4/4, because this is a Shivan dragon, yeah, right? It's a 4/4 for 5 generic and 2 red, which is a hefty cost, but it has Convoke. And flying and haste. And what Convoke means realistically is you can tap, if you have creatures, including tokens, you can tap them to help you cast this cost. So every creature can either tap for 1 generic or mana of that creature's color. So if you, as we've seen, like blue has some cards that created tokens, you can have a lot of incubator tokens. I would reckon it's fairly easy to get this off as a 3/3, as a 3 cost. Yeah, could be really good. It depends on how you build your deck, of course. Yeah. Okay, Sunfall. This looks like it's yep, exactly. It's a Wrath of God. Well, it's a 3 generic and 2 white. It's a sorcery. Exile all creatures, so that's good. Incubate X, where X is the number of creatures exiled this week. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's a board wipe with a kick. I don't think this would be bad even in Commander, actually. Because, yeah, if you have, for example, like I'm thinking myself, Atraxa Super Friends, yeah, just board wipe and you exile on top of that. So that's really, really strong. Definitely a card for constructed, and also something to look for out for in limited. So yeah, if somebody is building up to a 5er and they have this, be wary. Really good card, I think. Of course, it's a Wrath. Oh, Captive Weird. So this is was it Phyrexian? Yeah, because it has a Phyrexian. So they get transformed. So this is really cool fluff. I just paid attention to it, right? So all the ones that transform into a Phyrexian have the Phyrexian casting cost. So that's really cool. And so they're all creatures. I don't know if there are other type of permanents that like this, but there are creatures that have been captured and completed. That's awesome. So it's a defender for 1 blue. It's a 1/3. And you can flip it for 3 generic and 1 Phyrexian red. And again, it's only as a sorcery. And then you have the completed Conjurer. So it's a 3/3. When this creature transforms into completed Conjurer, exile the top card of your library until the end of the turn. Next turn, not at the end of this turn, you may play that card. I mean, it's not bad. It's a 3/3 for 4 or a 3/3 for 3 generic. and 1 red. For 3 generic and 2 life. It's not bad, but I don't see a lot of interaction with it because, I mean, it's just a 3/3. Realistically, you get the 1 off, but if you get a land and you've already cast a land, yes, you can cast it next turn. That's the good thing, but it's kind of like a draw. So yeah, I'm trying to decide if it's a good or not. I'd say it's pretty okay. Definitely get it if you're going around for Exians or flipping cards and stuff like that, like transforming cards. Yeah, why not? All right, now we have another siege. So it looks like every single pack contains a battle. This is Invasion of Asgol, and I really like that. The art is really beautiful. I hope I get all the invasions in all the unboxings because it looks like the arts are really amazing. So this is 4 defense siege, and with 1 black and 1 red. And 1 invasion of Asgol enters the battlefield. Target player sacrifices a creature, planeswalker, loses 1 life. So it's an edict. Not a bad one, but with a lot of tokens being created, it's not the best. Still, I would have to see how many planeswalkers are part of this set and how strong they are, but I would reckon there aren't as many. So I would say, yeah, not bad, but there might be better. Let's see what the flip is. You get the Ashen Reaper on the flip side, which is a menace to 1 creature. Okay, and that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful art, honestly. Joshua Raphael. That is gorgeous. Has menace, and at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature if a permanent was put into a graveyard from battlefield this turn. Wow, this can grow really big. Yeah, you can have a lot of weenies that if you don't convoke. I don't know black and red what the functionality of black and red is supposed to be, but yeah, it could be decent if you can buff it up really quick. Otherwise, it's just kind of a waste. But yeah, I love these battle cards. They're really cool. Anyway, there you go. This guy's from Dominaria. You can see the frame here from the plane of Dominaria. So this is the Planar Booster Fund. Valduk, no, actually this is the Multiverse of Legends. Stand corrected. Valduk, Keeper of the Flame. It's a 3/2 creature for 2 generic and 1 red. And it's a legendary human shaman. And at the beginning of your combat, on your turn, for each aura and equipment attached to Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, you create a 3/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Exile those tokens at the beginning of the next end step. Not bad. Again, we'd have to see if Boros on this set has a lot of equipment, which I would reckon it does because I've already seen. So I would say that Multiverse Legends, if you get really good ones, you can build your deck around them. Again, build because, it's only 1 of them. You're realistically getting 2 of the same one. It's going to be really, really low chance. But yeah, I think there's like 62 of them anyway, or 65. I don't remember. I'll have to check. But yeah, that's not bad. And we get our first foil, Vengeant Earth. This is Zendikar, if I'm not mistaken. I can see the plane, really beautiful, and you can see the pillars at the back. And yeah, it's a 1 generic, 1 green instant. Target creature or land you control becomes a 4/4 elemental creature with haste in addition to its other types until the end of the turn. It must be blocked this turn if able. This is not bad. It's a combat trick for your cards. I'm trying to figure out because you can go wider with this one. You can attach it to target a land at the beginning. I guess if you have a small creature, this is a good combat trick. But otherwise, I don't know. Maybe it's kind of go wide strategy. Not bad. Either way. I love the foiling on that. And Blossoming Sand. So it looks like every single booster so far has gotten dual land. So that's nice, which means that it could be easier for you to splash and make 3-color decks. I don't know about 5-color decks, but for sure 3-color decks. Let's see. Blossoming Sands, it's the it's the green-white version of the land that we saw before. That's pretty nice. Okay, second one done. Third to go. Hanger Scrunger. Okay, so this is a creature, a dwarf pilot for 2 generic and 1 red. It's a 2/1 dwarf pilot, and it has backup 1. So whenever it comes into play, you put a +1/+1 counter on a creature. If it's a creature other than this, then it gets the following ability, which is whenever this creature becomes tapped, you may discard a card. If you do, you draw a card. Okay, so it gives rummage to a tapped creature. Again, would have to see how effective this is. Off the bat, I'd say it's a hefty cost for what the base creature does. But yeah, I mean, it also depends on what kind of creatures you're attaching this to for the 1 turn. Again, it's a 2/1, so it's gonna die easily, and it's an easy trade down. So I wouldn't give it too much of a hope. Cut short. So this is Tamio, and this is the Wonder, and it's an instant for 2 generic and 1 white. Convoke. That's good. So you could definitely cast it for free or 1 mana instant. Destroy target planeswalker that was activated this turn or tap creature. Wow, this is a good interaction. This right here is a decent interaction right there. Arachnoid Adaptation. That is a creepy art. It reminds me of Berserker, the angel deities. That's really creepy, but really cool. It's an instant. It's 1 green, and target creature gets +2/+2, gains reach until the end of turn, and you tap it. Not bad. It's a definite maybe. Definite maybe. It depends on how the format goes, but that's a good interaction if you ask me. Eyes of Jutexis. So this is a sorcery with 2 generic, 1 blue. You incubate 3 when you cast it, so that's not bad. And you draw a card. Again, easy incubate and cantrip. Not bad. Not bad at all. It looks really good, actually. I mean, not really good. It's not game breaking, but it looks decent for the slot that it's in. And if there's a lot of incubate happening in your deck, whether it's a Phyrexian deck or an incubate deck, or yeah, I would guess just that. So it was gonna go with black, then it would make sense. Beantown Beatstick. So this is definitely from what is this? Beatstick? I don't know. Maybe it's from what's its name? From Yucapena. Beamtown Beatstick, 1 red cast cost, artifact equipment. A quick creature gets +1/+0, has menace. Decent. Whenever a quick creature deals combat damage to a player, you create a treasure token. Very decent for ramping. So you equip with 2. Not bad. It depends on how heavy you go and play with equipment. Bladed Battle Fan. 1 generic and 1 black artifact equipment, and it has flash, and when it enters battlefield, attached to a target creature you control, and it gains indestructible until the end of the turn. So that's very nice. So it's a combat trick, and a quick creature gets +1/+0. Oh, decent combat trick, I guess. Expedition Lookout Merfolk. Haha. Oh, nice. So this is a 1 generic, 1 blue, 2/3 defender, as long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in the graveyard. Okay, that's interesting. So I guess this is what black and blue does. Expedition Lookout can attack as though it didn't have defender, and it can be blocked. Decent. If it's easy to put 8 cards in the enemy's graveyard, this can become really annoying, and I don't know if black has a lot of buffing, backup, whatever, but yeah, it can become really annoying if it's not dealt with. Deadly Derision. Look at the guy smiling at the top. Okay, like a moron. Anyway, it's a 2 generic and 2 black. It's an instant. Destroy target creature or planeswalker, and you create a treasure token. I mean, it's very good. And it does 2 things at once, and it does it really well. It's 4 casts, but I mean, I'd play 1 if necessary. And again, if this was me going black and blue, I'd definitely play it. Copperhouse Crusher. Okie dokie. Now this is the first uncommon, and it's an 8/8 that costs 8 for 6 generic and 2 green. It does not have Convoke, so you have to hard cast it. Has Trample and has Hexproof. So this is the big dumb creature. If you have a ramp deck, yep, play it. Otherwise, I don't know. I mean, Trample, Hexproof, 8/8. I play one off if just as a top end if the deck allows it. Completed Huntmaster. Oh, that's cool. This is an elf that's been completed. It's really, really beautiful. Okay, so this is a 2/3 creature for 2 generic, 1 black. With 1 generic and tapping this creature, you sacrifice another creature or artifact and you can incubate 3. That is actually pretty good. That in the black and blue deck would be really good. Okay, wow, that's beautiful. So this is the Planner Booster Fun, Boral and Zari Zev. So as I said, the only difference between the Multiverse Legends and the Planner Booster Fun is that some cards that are usually just part of the March of the Machine set have this booster font treatment. So the showcase frame and the art, I think, as well has been changed. So as you can see here, there's different expansion. Anyway, Burl and Kari Zev as a 2/4 creature with 1 generic, 1 blue, 1 red, and it's a legendary human with First Strike and Menace. Not bad. First Strike and Menace is not bad at all. And whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, you may cast a spell with lesser mana value that shares a card type with it from your hand without paying its mana cost. Not bad for, is it? If you don't, you can create a First Mate Ragavan. Hey, Ragavan! A legendary 2/1 red monkey pirate creature token. It gains haste until the end of turn. Not bad. This is definitely decent for that kind of deck. I'd have to see what the archetype is, but if this is a representation of the archetype, that's definitely good. It's a definitely good card. That was a rare. Now we have the Seraph of New Capenna, who unfortunately has been trapped and completed. So the base form is a 2/2 creature for 2 generic or 1 white, and it's an Angel Soldier. Has flying for 4 generic and 1 black. You can flip it, and it becomes a Seraph of New Phyrexia. Very cool. It has flying. It's a 3/3 creature, and whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, it gets +2/+1 until the end of the turn. It could be decent if you have a lot of tokens, like the Phyrexian completed tokens, or if you can buff it. Not bad. It's a bit expensive for what it does to flip it, because for 3/4 that's like 7 or 8 casts to get a 3/3 that you can stack and make something. But had this been a 4/4, I think I would say definitely. Here I'd say maybe, depends on the deck. Okay, and so that's an uncommon. So do we get like 1 per each? Maybe. Oh, by the way, that's a rare. Oh, sorry, I flipped things. Okay, so here we go. We have the Invasion of Zendikar, which is a 3 generic and 1 green battle siege. And when it enters the battlefield, you search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Very good. And I can see that maybe there's a ramp chance in green this time around in limited, so that's nice. And as a side, it has Awakened Skycleave. All right, so Awakened Skycleave is a 4/4 creature elemental with vigilance and haste. Not bad at all. As long as it is on the battlefield, it's a land in addition to its other types, and you add a mana of any color. It's not bad at all. Definitely not bad at all. It's not. Yeah, I like this one. It's only 3 defense, so it's really easy to interact and get it down. Yeah. Timuret, Chosen from Death. Okay, so this is a 2 black. Could be a tough cost. And 2 generic and a star. And its toughness is equal, it's a creature, a legendary enchantment creature, demigod. And its toughness is equal to devotion to black. Okay, meh. And 1 generic, 1 black is up to 2 target cards from the graveyards. You gain 1 life for each creature card is out of this way. Don't know. I don't know. I mean, it might be okay-ish, at least as a 2/2 for 2, or 2/3 for 2. But other than that, I don't know, because I saw that you might want to have 8 cards into graveyard, so I don't know. But anyway, we'll see. Ooh, that's the first full art basic line that we see. So this is from New Capena, the art itself, the plane. That's a force, not bad. And then we get a spirit. Oh my. Yes, very spirited. Okie dokie. Oh wait, I still have 3 booster packs. Again, I apologize, this is going too long. Right, so Realm Breaker's Grasp. So the Realm Breaker's Grasp is an enchantment aura. It looks like it's the pacifism of this set. So it's a 1 generic, 1 white, and enchants an artifact or a creature. So you can enchant artifacts as well. And you, basically the enchantment permanent can't attack, block, or use its activated abilities unless they're mana abilities. Not bad. So pacifism, really good interaction, always. Serpent, Blade Assailant. It's more power. Souped up pacifism is the same. Serpent Blade Assailant is a 2/1 creature for 2 generic and 1 green. It's an elf warrior with backup and death touch. Meh, not bad. It's not great, but not bad either. Cyber Cryptomancer. It's a 0/1 for 2, 1 generic, 1 blue. Has flash, backup 1, and hexproof. Yeah. So basically, this is an interaction to save your own creature, kind of thing. Or yeah, I mean that's how you definitely use it. If you don't get anything else to interact with your own creatures to save them. War Train Slasher. It's a 4/3 for 3 generic and 1 red. It's a Wolverine dinosaur with menace. And whenever the War Train Slasher attacks the battle, double its power until the end of the turn. With menace, this is not bad. You can definitely kill stuff. This is a decent one. And as you can see, it definitely will have battles. For sure. But I don't know, the thing is you'll have maybe 1 or 2 in the deck. I don't know how many battles you'll want to play. So be careful of that. You don't build the deck just around it, but just a one-off could be decent to fill the 4 slot, for example, in this case. Scroll Shift. This is a 2 generic, 1 white. It's an instant. Exile up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment you control. Then return it in the battlefield under its owner's control and draw a card. I mean, it's an easy interact, save my creature and put it back. I would be annoying to do this on a creature that's been transformed, though, unless the transform side is really, really, really good. So the non-transform side, or transform and it does something really good. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. Could be good, could be meh. Failed Conversation is an enchantment aura, and it's a 4 generic and 1 black, so that's really hefty cost. And enchant creature gets -4/-4. When it dies, you surveil 2. So it's definitely something to look forward to. You can definitely kill something with it. So it's good because it goes around indestructible. But that's about it. It's not a bad card, but it's a bit of a hefty cost, but it does something. So not bad. Let's see. Trailblazing Historian. It's a 1/3 creature for 1 generic and 1 red. It's a human shaman. Haste. You tap it to give another target creature haste until the end of the turn. Seal from Existence is 1 generic and 2 white. Okay. So it's not an easy cost. It's a War 3. Not bad. It's an enchantment. And when it enters the battlefield, as a target no land permanent opponent controls until this card leaves the battlefield. So it's the prison. Not bad. It's a War 3 as well. So if you want to target it, you definitely have to do something for it. So it's not bad. It's a good interaction. Okay. Astral Wingspan has also because it goes for any permanent, not just a creature. So that's not bad at all. Now, of course, it's non-land, but anyway. Astral Wingspan is 4 generic and 1 blue with Convoke, and it enchants a creature. It's an enchantment aura, and whenever it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and the enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has flying. Could be really good because Convoke could be really cheap. You could cast it for 2, give it +2/+2 flying, and also draw a card. Not bad. Not bad at all. Breach the Multiverse. That is a cool art right there. That is really, really cool. I just noticed, by the way, the collector's number here has changed for all cards. Like, even this. Look at that. That's odd. Because it used to be like, 94 out of however many cards in the set. You have Story Spotlight. So that's interesting. It's different because, like, you see here, there's nothing. Here, there's nothing. Here, there's pre-release. And here's their Story Spotlight again. So that's very interesting. I wonder what these fields are called or supposed to be and why they changed it. Anyway, this is a sorcery, and it's a heck of an expensive sorcery. So let's see what it does. It's a 5 generic and 2 black. Each player mills 10 cards. For each player, choose a creature planeswalker card in the player's graveyard. Put these cards onto the battlefield under your control. Then each creature you control becomes 4x in addition to its other types. Okay. I mean, if you manage to get one of the big hitting creatures into the graveyard, absolutely. Or, great planeswalkers. But again, I've only seen one, and it's on a flip card. So, it could be a bit too expensive for my blood. If it was a little cheaper, maybe. But this, it's meh. It definitely might, like, you'd use this kind of mana for game changer or at the end to close the game for yourself, and you're not guaranteed that you will close the game like this. You'll definitely get 2 creatures, but you also mill 10 cards. So if it was opponents mill 10 cards and then do it, then yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it's such a great card. Anyway, Herbology Instructor. Okay, it says Tree Folk Druid, which will be transformed and completed. It's a 1/3 creature for 1 generic and 1 green, so that's not bad. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. That's not bad. The transformation cost is expensive for giving you a 3/3 because it's 6 generic and 1 4x in black. What does it do? When it transforms into this card, target creature an opponent control gets -0/-X until the end of turn, where X is the invoker's power. Okay, so I guess -3/-3, -0/-3. Not great, sorry, don't like it. Invasion of Ergamen. So this is a 5 defense battle siege, and it's Gruul. It's 1 red and 1 green. When it enters the battlefield, you create a treasure token. Then you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. So you can rummage. Create a treasure, you rummage. It's easy cost. It's 5. What does it give us? For 5, you get Truga, Cliff Charger, which is a 3/4 trampler. When it enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, you search your library for a land or a battle card, reveal it, okay, put it in your hand, then shuffle. I mean, it's a tutor for a land or battle card. You shuffle it. It's a 3/4 with trample. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's definitely not a groundbreaker, but it's not bad. Oh, Ayara, First of Lochlane. I play this card in my Yawmoth commander deck. She is a beaut here, actually. Quite beautiful, the new rendition of her, I must say. 2/3 creature, and it's 3 black to cast it. It's a legendary creature. When it enters the battlefield or another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So it's not bad, I guess, because you can definitely play it in the black blue, and I don't know if black red is gonna do it. And you can sacrifice the black creature to draw a card. Don't know how often you can do this because, again, I haven't seen a lot of black tokens, but not bad. I mean, it's a 2/3 for 3 cast, and whenever a black creature enters the battlefield, you gain a life, and opponent loses a life. Could be good, could be okay. Anyway, this is a beautiful card. Now we have the Ichor Drinker, and also this is a rare in the Legends. The Ichor Drinker, this is a lifelinker, and we saw it before, and it's a beautiful foil. And then you get the normal planes, okay? So you get both land lands, and then you just get the placed tokens, transform, whatever you want to use it for. This helps. Okay, so far I really like this, and I think it would have made a fun deck to play. Definitely around black. Knight of the New Coalition. This is a 2/2 Vigilance Knight with 3 generic and 1 white. When it enters the battlefield, you create a 2/2 white-blue Knight creature token with Vigilance. You get a 2 for 4, so it's not bad. But again, with the set using Convoke, that's could be pretty good. Wildwood Escort, 3/3 creature for 4 generic and 1 green, and also you can see one of the Phyrexian cocoons, right, at the back, the incubators. And whenever it enters the battlefield, it's enough warrior. Return target creature or battle card from your graveyard to your hand. If it would die, exile it instead. I mean, it's not a bad fetcher, I guess. It's not a reanimator, but it's not bad. It's not great. It does something, that's for sure. Meeting of the Minds with a 3 generic 1 blue. You convoke. Not bad. And you draw 2 cards. So definitely you can draw 2 cards at instant speed. For maybe 2 or 1, not bad at all. Not bad. Especially because I've seen some pretty cheap tokens, like 1/1 tokens. Rand's Resolve. Rand's Resolve is a sorcery for 1 generic and 1 red. Exile top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. Not bad. I don't know if I would use it unless I'm looking to draw and get advantage. It's meh kind of card for me. Enduring Bone Warden. This is a 0/1 for 1 white. It's a backup. Whenever this creature dies, put his counters on target creature you control. Okay, so it either you give it, you build it from the beginning and then it dies, and because you can give it more +1/+1 counters from others, and then you pass it on, kind of like some of the strict saving cards. Or realistic, it just is a 0/1 that does not much of anything other than give a +1/+1 counter. All right, so next we have Seed of Hope with Teferi. All right, on the back. Next we have Seed of Hope, and this an instant for 1 green. You mill 2 cards, you may put a permanent card from among the mill cards into your hand, and you gain 2 life. Yes, please? More? Yes, definitely. Okay, Traumatic Revelation. That's Chandra and Nissa meeting up, I think. Not a happy reunion. Okay. Traumatic Revelation is a sorcery for 1 generic and 1 black. Target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a creature or battle card from it. If you do, that player discards a card. If you don't, you incubate 3. So either you get a 3/3 incubator, or you discard a battle or creature card from them. Not bad, but I mean, maybe I'd use 1 just off if I've got nothing to interact with my opponent at all. It's an annoying one, and definitely I would use it if I'm playing a Phyrexian deck, because either way you get a chance to. Yeah. Okay, Golden Scale Aeronaut. It's a 2/3 for 4 generic and 1 white, so that's a really heavy cost to give jump to a creature, because it's a backup 1 and it has flying. That is too expensive for my liking. Sunstalker Moloch. That's a 1 generic and 2 green. And it's a 4/2 lizard. Okay. With flash, when it enters the battlefield, if an opponent casts a blue and or a black spell this turn, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Sideboard card. Omen Hawker. This is a 1/1. Cephalid Advisor for 1 blue. Tap it to add 1 generic and 1 blue. Spend this mana only to activate abilities. Well, you know what activates abilities? It's the incubators. So this can just activate incubators really quickly. Not bad at all. Okie dokie. City on Fire. This is a huge enchantment casting cost for 5 generic and 3 red. So this is, whoa, I don't know if you'll be able to play this easily in limited. It has Convoke, but still, yeah. If a stress you control would deal damage to a permanent player, it deals triple that damage instead. Yeah, definitely constructed aim card. And even then, most of the constructed decks don't use this kind of cost for red. It's too high. And if maybe goblins, maybe, I don't know, because then you have a lot of bodies on the floor, but otherwise, nope. Anyway, Paralytic Prankster. So that you can see that every booster has a completed creature, so one that transforms, so and also a battle. So I like that because it normalizes constructed. That's really nice. So it's a 2/1 creature for 1 generic and 1 red. It's a devil, and you can transform it for a 3 generic and 1 black. And when you transform it, it becomes a 3/2. Okay, and when it dies, each opponent sacrifices an artifact or a creature. Not bad. I mean, for what it is, it's not bad. And it becomes a Phyrexian as well. Not bad. It's not the best. Yeah. And here we go with the invasion. This is the invasion of Belenin. And this is a battle siege with 5 defense, 2 generic and 1 white. And when it enters the battlefield, you create a 2/2 white and blue knight creature token with vigilance. Okay, not bad. You get a token. It's a 5 defense though, so it's not an easy kill. And you get the War Anthem. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Not bad. It's I wouldn't say it's slow. It's definitely, it's definitely a nice card, but it's okay. It's good. It's good. Like I'd play it if I have it, but it's not the quickest of cards to give +1/+1 to everything. And by the time you give +1/+1, let's say you deal with it on turn 5 or 6, giving +1/+1 to all your creatures might not be enough if they've already played something huge that you have to deal with. So it's a very slow burn for very little if you don't have a lot of white weenies that you just go like ham after. So very situational. Let's see how it goes. All right, Yuri, Master of Review. Yuri, look at that. That is cool as hell. It reminds me of the Jester's cap. Or the Jester just in Ice Age anyway. So this is a human shaman. It's a legendary creature. I do not know the domain or the plane for which it comes from because I don't recognize it. It's a 1/1 and it costs 1 black, 1 red. And when you sacrifice a permanent, you put a +1/+1 counter on this. And when he dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. It's not bad. I don't know if you have a lot of sacrifice enabled in this set. I've not seen a lot of it, just a little bit here and there. But anyway, you can pump it definitely. I just don't know how much backup there is in this color combination. And then you get the Rugged Highlands, which is the Gruul version of the dual land, and then we get an incubator token, so that's not bad. And the last card here. All right, we have another Phyrexian token. That's very nice. This is a different one. Atraxis Fall. Oh no! Spoilers! No! Don't! Atraxa! They'll bring her back. Don't worry. Atraxis Fall. 1 generic and 1 green. Destroy target artifact, battle, enchantment, or creature with flying. This is a very good interaction for green. For seeing what is there. Oculus Whelp. This is a 3/2 for 3 generic and 1 blue. It is a Phyrexian dragon and it has flying. And as long as you transform it permanent, and this card has, when it dies, draw a card. Very good, because there are so many ways to transform things. So this is a fairly good card. For 4, you get a 3/2 flyer that draws your card. Not bad at all. Karsus Death Guard. It's a 4/3 for 2 generic 1 red. It has Defender, and so long as its power is 5 or greater, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. So you definitely want to pump it, but it won't take long to pump it actually, because it's just 1. Nah, not bad. Could be, yeah, want to watch out for it because it could go face really quickly. Attentive Skywarden. This is a 2/2. 2 generic 1 white Phyrexian core. Oh, they turn cores around. Oh no. Whenever Attentive Skywarden deals combat damage to a player or a battle, transform up to 1 incubator token you control. Well, that's not bad at all. I mean, it's a free flip of the incubator, so a free 2 mana. Since it has flying, and it can attack battles as well. Yeah. Very good card. I like it. Me likey. Okay, Vengeance Earth. We've seen it before. Crystal Carapace. So it's a 3 generic 1 green and Shaman Aura. And shot a creature. That creature gets +3/+3 and has Ward 2. It's a bit expensive, but it does have cycling too. I guess if green combination needs it, why not? I wouldn't give it up. Like, I wouldn't say it's super strong though. All right, Tenured Oldcaster. Very beautiful card, by the way. Very beautiful art in this set. Tenured Oldcaster is a 2/4 Phyrexian wizard with 3 generic and 1 black. It has Menace, and it gets +3/+0 as long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard. Okay. Whenever it attacks or blocks, each player mills a card. That's not bad. As you can see, there's a theme. Again, 8 cards. That's not bad at all. So it becomes really quickly 5/4 with Menace, and yeah, this is a good card in the blue-black deck. That's on the Demir deck, from what I can see. Urn of Godfire. Okay, there was represented. It was a 1 generic artifact that for 2 adds 1 mana of any color. So you can transform and fix 2 mana into 1 mana of any color. So again, if you're playing with more cards like this with plenty of casting costs, this might be something called like a prismatic. And then for 6 and tap, you sacrifice to destroy target creature or enchantment. Very good. So it's a long-term threat, or allows you to cycle manas in. Decent if you need mana fixing. I would say that there might be easier ways to deal with creatures or enchantments, but if you have no other way, why not? Okay. Streetwise Negotiator. Yeah, Negotiator. It's a 1 generic and 1 green 0/2 creature with backup 1. This creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Me like it. It's not bad. It's not bad. Definitely not groundbreaking, but it's not bad. Phyrexian Censor, and look at that face. Wow. Phyrexian Censor is a creature, 3/3 for 2 generic and 1 white. So that's a 3/3 for 3. Always good in my book. All right. It's a Phyrexian wizard, and each player can cast more than 1 non-Phyrexian spell each turn. Okay. And non-Phyrexian creatures enter battlefield tapped. Okay, so this is very annoying. If you are running a Phyrexian deck, which from what I'm seeing is many can be, but I would recommend this combination, maybe black and white. Yeah, definitely will be on the lookout for this kind of card, because then it makes well, your enemies play very annoying. That's for sure. Ooh, that's a Valkyrie Angel Warrior 4/4 Boonbringer Valkyrie, 3 generic and 2 white with backup 1, and flying first strike and lifelink. You kidding me? That's awesome. So for 1 turn, 1 creature can get that. Wow. Face. That's our rare. Okay, now we have our Aetherblade Agent. I will do this so I don't spoil too much. Etherblade Agent has Death Touch. It's a 1/1 for 2, so it's 1 generic, 1 black. Not bad, I guess. It's always good to trade upwards. And then for 4 generic and 1 blue for X, and you transform it into a Gitaxian Mind Stinger, which is a 3/3 Death Toucher. And when it deals combat damage to a player or battle, you draw a card. Nice one. Like it. Like it, like it, like it. Definitely better than the other ones for sure. And next up, we have a battle that says Invasion of Kamigawa. Nice. For 4 defense and for 3 generic and 1 blue. 1 Invasion of Kamigawa enters the battlefield. Tap target artifact or creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Okay, that's cool. So it doesn't untap next untap step because you have to remove the stun counter first. So it's good to deal with something, I guess. But I don't know, at this stage, at you know, turn 4 or 5, to get the defense down might not be easy because it might have more than 1 creature. Anyway, then you have Rooftop Saboteurs Flying, 2/3. And when it deals combat damage to a player battle, draw a card. Okay, this is good. Especially at that time of the play, turn 4 or 5, you have a flying creature that literally draws you a card each turn. If possible, that's really, really good. I like that. 4 defense is not that high, to be fair. Okay. Oh, there you go. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. So this has been reprinted over and over, so we won't go through too much. But it's a first striker creature that makes a non-creature spell cost 1 more generic. That's it. It's standard, but I love the look. It is so good. I love it. Really beautiful. Okay, and then you get a token. No, it's a swamp. Full art swamp by that. That's not bad at all. Okie dokie. All right, so that's it for our pre-release. Thank you for sticking until the end if you have. I know we took a long time, longer than the last pre-release, but this time we just looked at all the cards with more time and not trying to figure out how quickly we could try and make a deck. So yeah, we look forward to seeing the next unboxing, which will likely be a draft booster. And that one's going to take a wee while as usual, but you know, we are happy that you've joined us. And Scotty and I, we thank you very much for taking the time to join us. Hopefully you enjoyed my voice and it wasn't too annoying. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. So until then, be good, be kind, be safe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you and bye.